In the next few minutes, I'm going to expose 10 Canadian yogurt brands hiding artificial sweeteners, synthetic preservatives, and questionable additives behind their health promises. These brands you've trusted for years contain ingredients that will shock you. Stay until the end, because what you discover about number 1 will change how you shop for yogurt forever. Number 10, Activia. For years, Activia has positioned itself as the digestive health champion, the yogurt that keeps things moving smoothly as we age. That familiar green packaging promising probiotic benefits has earned trust in Canadian households for decades. But when you flip that container around and read the ingredient list, the health halo starts to crack. The Activia Zero Added Sugar variety contains sucralose and acetylsulfame potassium, 2 artificial sweeteners that have raised concerns among health researchers studying long-term metabolic effects. These synthetic compounds are hundreds of times sweeter than natural sugar, training your taste buds to crave increasingly sweet flavors while potentially disrupting the very gut bacteria that Activia claims to support. The Canadian version of Activia 0% Peach includes stevia extract, which sounds natural until you understand the processing required to isolate it, plus carmine for coloring. Carmine is derived from crushed cochineal insects, something many older Canadians would never knowingly choose to consume, especially those following specific dietary practices or managing allergies. For people over 45 who grew up with simpler yogurt containing just milk and cultures, these additions represent a departure from what yogurt should be. The irony cuts deep when you realize you're buying yogurt specifically for digestive health, only to consume artificial sweeteners that research increasingly links to altered gut microbiome composition. This matters particularly as we age, when maintaining healthy gut bacteria becomes more challenging and more critical for immune function and overall well-being. Number 9, Oikos and Oikos Pro. Oikos, particularly the Oikos Pro line, markets heavily to active adults looking for protein-rich options to maintain muscle mass and energy as metabolism slows with age. The sleek packaging and protein promises appeal directly to health-conscious Canadians trying to make smart nutritional choices. But examining the Oikos Pro vanilla ingredient list reveals potassium sorbate added to maintain freshness, a synthetic preservative that extends shelf life through chemical intervention rather than fresh production and quick consumption. The formula also includes stevia leaf extract and modified cornstarch, turning what should be a simple fermented dairy product into a laboratory creation with multiple processed ingredients. Modified cornstarch serves as a thickening agent, creating the creamy texture that real, full-fat yogurt achieves naturally through milk fat and proper fermentation. By stripping away fat and adding back synthetic texture through modified starches, manufacturers create a product that looks and feels like yogurt while fundamentally changing its nutritional character. For older adults who remember when yogurt contained simply milk and live cultures, this represents a disappointing evolution driven by cost-cutting and shelf-life extension, rather than nutritional integrity. Oikos does source Canadian milk, which provides some reassurance about production standards, but that Canadian milk still gets transformed into a product bearing little resemblance to traditional yogurt. The multiple processed ingredients raise questions about whether the protein benefits outweigh the chemical additions, especially when simpler, cleaner options exist on the same grocery store shelf. Number 8, Yoplait Light. Yoplait Light carries the nostalgia of a brand many Canadians grew up with, that familiar packaging evoking memories of simpler times and family breakfasts. The light variety specifically targets people over 45 trying to manage weight and make lower-calorie choices as metabolism shifts with age. But achieving that light label requires substantial chemical intervention that transforms yogurt into something quite different from what previous generations ate. The Yoplait Light strawberry variety contains both sucralose and acetylsulfame potassium, doubling down on artificial sweeteners to create intense sweetness without calories. This combination has sparked concerns among nutrition researchers studying how artificial sweeteners affect appetite regulation and metabolic health over time. The ingredient list continues with Red 40, a petroleum-derived artificial color serving absolutely no nutritional purpose beyond making the yogurt look more appealing on the shelf. Multiple studies have linked artificial food dyes to behavioral changes in sensitive individuals, though regulators still permit their use. potassium sorbate appears again as a preservative, extending shelf life while adding another synthetic compound to what should be a simple food. What makes Yoplait particularly concerning for Canadian consumers is the recent recall of Yoplait brand YOP drinkable yogurt due to possible plastic pieces, an official alert from the Canadian Food Inspection Agency that raises serious questions about quality, control, and production facilities. For older adults who trusted Yoplait for decades, discovering plastic contamination risks alongside artificial sweeteners and synthetic dyes represents a betrayal of that long-standing relationship. The brand you relied on for healthy breakfast options has evolved into something requiring careful scrutiny rather than automatic trust. Number 7. Yo Crunch. Yo Crunch appeals to the child in all of us with those separate topping compartments, creating a fun, interactive eating experience. Many grandparents buy Yo Crunch for visiting grandchildren or as an occasional treat for themselves, viewing the candy toppings as harmless indulgence. But the Walmart Canada listing for Yo Crunch Vanilla with M&Ms reveals troubling ingredients in that candy topping, specifically titanium dioxide and palm kernel oil. Titanium dioxide is a whitening agent banned in Europe for food use over cancer concerns, yet still permitted in Canadian and American food products despite mounting safety questions. The compound serves purely cosmetic purposes, making candy coating brighter white while adding a controversial chemical with no nutritional value. Palm kernel oil raises both health and environmental concerns, containing high levels of saturated fat while contributing to deforestation and habitat destruction in palm-producing regions. The base yogurt itself contains added sugar, modified food starch, and potassium sorbate, layering processed ingredients even before adding the candy topping. A U.S. Food and Drug Administration recall for Yo Crunch products due to potential plastic pieces in dome toppers adds another layer of concern about manufacturing quality and safety protocols. For older adults buying what seems like a simple treat, Yo Crunch delivers a complex mixture of questionable additives, controversial chemicals, and documented contamination risks. The fun packaging and familiar brand name mask an ingredient reality that deserves closer examination, especially when cleaner alternatives exist that don't require accepting titanium dioxide and plastic contamination risks. Number 6. Go-Gurt represents convenience culture at its peak. Those squeezable tubes making yogurt portable and mess-free for busy families. Many older Canadians buy Go-Gurt for grandchildren or for their own quick snacks, trusting the familiar General Mills brand name. But convenience comes with chemical costs when you examine what's actually inside those colorful tubes. The ingredient list includes sugar as a primary component, followed by modified cornstarch and gelatin, to create the squeezable texture that differentiates Go-Gurt from regular yogurt. That texture requires substantial processing and additive inclusion, moving far from yogurt's simple fermented milk origins. Potassium sorbate appears again as a preservative, necessary because the tube packaging and room temperature portability require extended shelf stability beyond what fresh yogurt needs. Gelatin, derived from animal collagen, serves as a thickening agent that many vegetarians unknowingly consume when choosing what appears to be a simple dairy product. The processing required to make yogurt squeezable through a tube fundamentally changes its character, requiring added sugars for palatability after modifying texture through starches and gelatin. For older adults who remember yogurt as a spoonable product in a simple container, Go-Gurt represents how far food technology has pushed convenience over nutritional integrity. Instacart Canada lists Go-Gurt for delivery across the country, meaning Canadian consumers have easy access to this heavily processed product marketed as healthy portable nutrition. The tube format that seems so convenient actually signals extensive processing and chemical additions that traditional yogurt never required. Number 5. Danimals. Danimals markets directly to children with bright colors and sweet flavors. But many grandparents stock their fridges with these products for visiting family or buy them for themselves attracted by the smaller portion sizes. The Danimals Strawberry Kids Smoothie contains cane sugar and modified food starch, starting with problematic ingredients before considering the drinkable format that encourages rapid consumption rather than mindful eating. The Cotton Candy Kids yogurt pouch pushes further into dessert territory with its candy-inspired flavor, an ingredient list revealing sugar, modified food starch, gelatin, and potassium sorbate working together to create something barely recognizable as yogurt. Cotton candy flavoring in yogurt exemplifies how products marketed to children often prioritize fun over nutrition, training young taste buds to expect dessert-level sweetness in supposedly healthy foods. For older adults who grew up when yogurt meant plain or perhaps vanilla, the existence of cotton candy yogurt signals how dramatically food culture has shifted toward processed sweetness. The modified food starches and gelatin create textures that allow pouch packaging, but these convenience features require accepting multiple processed ingredients that real yogurt never needed. Potassium sorbate preserves these products through distribution and storage, extending shelf life while adding another synthetic compound to the growing list. Instacart Canada's listing of Danimals products confirms widespread availability across the country, meaning Canadian children and adults alike have easy access to these heavily sweetened, extensively processed products wearing the health halo of yogurt. The gap between what Danimals claims to offer and what actually sits inside those pouches should concern anyone trying to make genuinely healthy choices. Number 4. Silk plant-based yogurt. Alternative. Silk plant-based yogurt attracts consumers seeking dairy-free options for lactose intolerance, ethical concerns, or perceived health benefits of avoiding animal products. The vanilla variety available in Canada contains an extensive ingredient list that might surprise people expecting a simple plant-based alternative. Modified cornstarch, pea protein isolate, inulin, pectin, and natural flavor all work together to approximate yogurt's texture and taste without using dairy milk. Each ingredient serves a specific functional purpose, but together they create a highly processed product requiring substantial industrial intervention to achieve yogurt-like qualities. Pea protein isolate provides protein content comparable to dairy yogurt, but isolation requires chemical processing to extract and purify protein from whole peas. Inulin adds fiber and prebiotic benefits, though consuming isolated fiber differs significantly from eating fiber within whole foods. Pectin and various gums, including locust bean gum and gellan gum, create the thick, creamy texture that dairy yogurt achieves naturally through milk fat and fermentation. Natural flavor is a particularly vague term that can encompass dozens of chemical compounds designed to create specific taste profiles without revealing the complexity behind that single ingredient listing. For older adults choosing silk because they believe plant-based automatically means healthier, the lengthy ingredient list reveals extensive processing that removes any simplicity advantage. The U.S. Greek-style vanilla variety shows multiple added ingredients and gums working overtime to mimic what dairy achieves naturally. Plant-based yogurt alternatives can serve important purposes for people with true dairy restrictions, but they shouldn't be confused with health foods when their ingredient lists rival conventional processed yogurts in complexity and chemical intervention. Number 3. Great Value, Walmart Private Label. Great Value yogurt attracts budget-conscious shoppers throughout Canadian Walmart stores. That low price point seeming like smart economizing during grocery shopping. But low prices often reflect low-quality ingredient sourcing and processing shortcuts that manufacturers pass along as savings to consumers. The Great Value Original Vanilla Low-Fat Yogurt sold in Canada contains modified milk ingredients, a catch-all term that can encompass various processed dairy components rather than simple milk. This vague ingredient listing should raise questions about what exactly you're consuming when the label can't specify plain milk. Gelatin appears again, that animal-derived thickening agent that reduces the need for actual milk fat while creating artificially thick texture through processing. For older Canadians remembering when low-fat didn't require adding gelatin, this ingredient signals how modern food production substitutes processing for quality. Great Value products also sell throughout U.S. Walmart stores, indicating the brand's widespread reach and influence. Despite quality concerns, private label store brands increasingly dominate grocery shelves, but lower prices sometimes mean lower standards in ingredient selection and processing methods. The modified milk ingredients and added gelatin save Walmart money while delivering a product that technically qualifies as yogurt, but diverges from what yogurt historically meant. For shoppers over 45 trying to stretch retirement budgets while maintaining health, Great value appears attractive until you examine what corners get cut to achieve those low prices. Sometimes the money you save at checkout costs you in ingredient quality and nutritional integrity that affects long-term health. Number 2, Kirkland Signature, Costco Private Label. Kirkland Signature represents Costco's private label dominance, products that many Canadians trust based on Costco's reputation for quality and value. But even trusted store brands face quality control issues that should concern regular consumers. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency issued a recall for Kirkland Signature Greek yogurt due to mold contamination, a serious failure in production or storage protocols that allowed fungal growth in a refrigerated product meant to prevent such contamination through proper handling. Mold in yogurt signals breakdown in the cold chain or manufacturing sanitation, problems that shouldn't occur with basic food safety procedures. Beyond contamination issues, a nutrition listing for Kirkland Signature Greek yogurt strawberry on the bottom shows 18 grams of sugar per serving, a shockingly high amount that pushes the product into dessert territory rather than health food. Those 18 grams represent more than 4 teaspoons of sugar in what many consumers believe is a protein-rich health choice for breakfast or snacks. The fruit on the bottom format typically loads sugar into the fruit layer, requiring thorough stirring that many people skip, resulting in inconsistent sweetness and some bites delivering intense sugar concentration. For older adults managing blood sugar or trying to reduce sugar intake for health reasons, 18 grams per serving represents a significant impact on daily totals, especially when consumed regularly under the assumption that Greek yogurt equals healthy choice. Costco's bulk packaging encourages buying large quantities at once, meaning contamination issues or sugar concerns affect multiple servings rather than single containers. The value proposition that attracts shoppers to Kirkland Signature becomes questionable when quality control fails and sugar content rivals candy bars. Number 1, Oui by Yoplait. Oui by Yoplait markets French-style sophistication with its glass jar packaging and rustic branding, appealing to older consumers who appreciate traditional presentation and artisanal aesthetics. The premium positioning suggests superior quality compared to regular Yoplait products in plastic containers. But examining the Oui Vanilla French-style yogurt ingredient list reveals cane sugar, pectin, and natural flavor, additions that move beyond yogurt's traditional simplicity despite the French styling. Cane sugar, while more natural sounding than high-fructose corn syrup, still represents added sweetening that quality yogurt doesn't require. Pectin serves as a thickening agent, creating the distinctive texture that Oui markets as French style, but traditional French yogurt achieves texture through whole milk and proper fermentation time rather than added gums or thickeners. Natural flavor appears again, that vague ingredient encompassing undisclosed chemical combinations, creating vanilla taste beyond what real vanilla provides. The glass jar packaging creates environmental benefits over plastic and evokes traditional yogurt presentation, but the ingredients inside don't match the artisanal image the packaging projects. Walmart and Instacart listings confirm Oui's availability throughout the United States and Canada, meaning widespread distribution that requires shelf stability through added ingredients rather than truly fresh, local production. For older Canadians drawn to Oui's premium presentation and French-style marketing, the ingredient reality disappoints compared to expectations the branding creates. Sometimes beautiful packaging and nostalgic positioning mask the same processed ingredients found in cheaper alternatives, just dressed up in glass jars with higher price tags. There you have it, 10 Canadian yogurt brands hiding artificial sweeteners, synthetic preservatives, and questionable additives behind health claims and familiar packaging. Before your next grocery trip, take a moment to read those ingredient labels and ask yourself if what's inside matches what the front of the container promises. If this video opened your eyes to what's really in your yogurt, share it with family and friends who deserve to know the truth about what they're eating.